is Internet Superstar Derek Pack, better known as Misplaced Ginger's build. Um, it's pretty similar to the builds that we were running. I've been running a magma spray over this unlasting disintegration. Sorry, I've been running an unlasting disintegration over his magma spray. I've had Pia's over the Crashers, but he is pretty insistent on Crasher being better, so we're going to give it a try. And I've also, in my recent list, moved Phoenix's main and Hazaret's side, but the more I think about that, that's probably wrong. Should be moving Chandra's side and bringing the Phoenixes in. And he doesn't have the Hours of Glory in the sideboard, which I think, with the loss of the Last Disintegration and 2 Hours of Glory, that our mirror match is going to be a little bit worse, and I think our, um, mono green matches are going to be worse as well. But there hasn't been that many mono green matches on Moto, and hopefully, with the addition of this card and the third Phoenix post board matches, that the red match will be okay anyway. I just realized I forgot to post on Twitter that I was going live, so we'll do that while the match is loading. Um, Go ahead and join the match. Load the photo and press enter, and we good. I don't know if you can hear whatever that is in the background. I can't hear it. I don't have any volume on. Hey, we are versus a coverage person. I detest playing versus them. I don't think they should be able to play versus us, but that's just me. Something about playing versus somebody who's playing for free with unlocked accounts and taking money away from customers just feels very wrong to me. Or potential money, whatever you want to say. Like, I know it's not technically money, but whatever. Like, it just irks me. Pretty reasonable hand, though. We have a removal spell for the sneakiest of snakes if they have one. Actually, because of the Soskar Mage, we get to have even more fun. A pew pew. Didn't want to offer to let him trade there. Hmm. Kinda just want to play the Crasher. No, they get an extra card, so this is kind of dangerous. I think it uses the mana slightly better. It also might goad them into attacking or just playing a Choops and hoping it's good enough and then getting smashed by more damage because of the Crasher. Like, I don't think they'll block with the Glint, so leaving the Glint up doesn't seem too unorthodox. Uh, Sucks to be us then, if that's what they have. Positive note is they have a blossoming defense here. They're still going to take some amount of damage. So a Big Daddy Gearhulk doesn't do anything. They need 2 creatures, and we can still just draw Glorybringer and win no matter what it is. That's a good one. Doesn't stop Glory from doing glory things. That's a good one too. force them to use the walking ballista here. Practically. That's a bad sound for us if they're just passing, because that probably means it's contempt the clock. And we'll have problems with contempt. Could be considerably worse for us, or less bad for us if they're doing that. And there's a glory. That should be enough. Just not exerting, we're just attacking with glory. Anyway, one of the cool things about playing Ginger's list is we get to try Ginger's sideboard. So I'm going to assume that Ginger doesn't have this deck on the sideboard because this deck's not really a deck anymore. But basically you want the majority of your removal. And you want to get rid of like your bad attackers. Crasher was really good in that particular game, but overall Crashers aren't super appealing. So don't really like Heart of Kieran once I see they're already playing Crashers. I think it's personally too much of an investment. I'm trying to decide whether I want these Magma Sprays or not. I think the Magma Sprays actually do enough that I do want them, but I don't think they're very good. Could be wrong about the Magma Sprays. Maybe I just want to sideboard them out. That's a pretty good hand. It's kind of like weak to Doomfalls and Contempts, but it's okay. That's why one of the reasons I think Spray's kind of good enough. I think we'll probably be playing one of these and cycling the other one. Hey Dumbo, how are you doing, my man? It's kind of an interesting card to play. Since they played that, it makes me feel like they're just going to move into Rishkar, so we might as well leave their braids up. Or maybe their hand's super bad. Wow. I think I'm actually just going to cycle this. Going for the big Chain Whirler blowout. That's not a Chain Whirler. Uh-oh, fam. Yeah, this is kind of something that I did expect here. But 2 on each, so we'll just go ahead and destroy this. We'll take a pretty good amount of damage next turn, but we're going to untap and then we're going to kill this and this. Not in great shape, but I mean, we're still at 10. Oh, I shouldn't pass. I shouldn't pass. I shouldn't pass. They could have blossoming defenses. Passing is just wrong. They could have defense. I was thinking about being greedy and seeing if they had a second gear Hulk, but because of blossoming defense, I don't think we can play greedy. If they have a second gear Hulk with the hand we have, we're probably dead anyway. So you think it's better just to kill this than to cast the other guy? Actually, it could have been wrong considering they don't have black mana. Casting the Phoenix was just better since they don't have black mana, I think. YouTube in the house. Third walking ballista is going to be a problem. Oh, cool. I forgot to sideboard these out. I'm supposed to sideboard Chandra out and I forgot. At least on the draw. That's an easy block. I guess I'm taking 3 damage. Oh, cool. They're going to kill the Chandra. That makes me real happy. Because of the 2 cuts in their graveyard, I'm going to go ahead and play this land in case we draw a land next turn. Because another attack and then cuts pretty close to good enough. Yeah, I guess we'll do this now. And they conceded. Nice. Usually needed at least 1 Chain Whirler to win that match. Cool, Mamoto seems to be very laggy right now. Hello, Snapped Despair, if I'm reading that correctly. It's awfully dark on my screen. I apologize if I'm not. A little sick to my stomach today, so I might not be as talky and perky as usual. Hey, my man JJ. If I'm not mistaken, this is the type of deck JJ likes to watch as well. It's a keep. A keep. All hands are keeps with Hazoret. That's not a true statement, but this hand's a keep. I need to try some green. Again. I want to try the green with the blue splash. I think it's actually pretty good in this format. Our hand immediately becomes less good because this hand is pretty trash versus blue-white decks. We have a dead card in our hands very, very slow. It's not like super dead because a Magma Spray can vault our Soulscar Mage all the way up to dealing 2 points of damage. But it's like obviously pretty trash. They could be playing GPG though, so we won't even bother to do that. I mean, it's unlikely that they're playing GPG with no turn 1 or 2 play, but yeah, it was theoretical. Alright, now we know no GPG in the house. We attack your face. Enjoy. We attack your face with a chain whirly boy. I guess we'll just get another red then. Well, thank you. Sorry. I don't think we're going to worry about settled wreckage. We're just going to send them both because we can slam Hazard, tick up, play Scrap Heap Scrounger, which is a pretty good follow-up. Oh, I forgot to change the deck list. Thank you, JJ. Yeah, I'm feeling bad today, so I am failing at everything. But I forgot to change the deck list. I apologize. Just like feeling real bad, not up to things. The deck list is updated now. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Sir JJ. We about missed a stream today. Like, we were very close to not streaming today. That's how bad I feel. Well, I don't want to just throw Chandra out there. Like, pretty confident they have a disallow. So I'd rather just set ourselves up to play a little bit around Fumigate. Yeah, we're just a straight aggro build. We don't have enough black, so we only have, 10 black sources or whatever. Wait, how many do we have? We have 8. We have 11 black sources. Makes it really hard to have contempt. Oh. Boom. Got us. Oh wow, that's kind of interesting. I think I'm actually just going to slam 2 creatures and go for him. I want to get these in underneath a counter spell. I think they're a little bit more valuable than Chandra because if they have to fairy, Chandra doesn't do a significant amount. Could have went ahead and threw a Magma Spray out that turn. To make it easier to attack with the Hazoret, so I think that was a misplay that I didn't just slam the Magma Spray at the end of that last turn. Like, that could be a pretty significant misplay. I don't think so. I still think this is just the best deck in the format, but what do I know? I am not very good at Magic, so. Think I just want to attack with the one. Plays into Seal Away and Blink of the Eye and everything else, but I do put some value into Beaumont Courier, and they've already played 1 Fumigate. Most lists only play 2. Okay, our opponent has had enough. Not only did they concede the game, they conceded the match. They conceded the match. They've had enough. Our opponent was 1-0, and they just conceded the match. Like, I feel like we were in really good shape to win that game if they didn't draw Teferi. Like, if they didn't play Teferi for like 2 more turns, we probably win that game, and I think our sideboard match is excellent. Like, we have 6 removal spells that we get to bring in, and we have an insult and injury, which can just steal games. We get to get rid of all these bad removal spells, but like, that was just mind-blowing. Like, he's like, this guy's playing around my settle, to hell with him. I don't get it. It makes no sense. So our opponent's 3-1. And we're trying to Dream Crush. Trying to put them down to the bad prize. We do not have a great hand. It's like really, really slow. We probably sideboard into 4 Duresses and the 4 Doomfalls, and we take out most of the removal spells that aren't in Licensed Disintegration. Like, we probably take out the 2 Abrades, the 1 Magma Spray, the 2 Cuts, and I'm not sure what else. I'd have to look at it a little bit harder. But, like, probably at least those 5 cards. Man, this whiteboard of Duress is hot, man. Look at this. Ow! Uh-oh. So we're versus the very fast red deck, and we have the very horrible draw. It's probably a very bad sign for us. It'd been nice if that was at least the next one, but we still have to play our dude and try to block. Probably things that can't block. Heart of Kirin doesn't block well. Chandra's kind of bad, and then we'll take out our X ones like Beaumont, and we'll bring in every removal spell. It's kind of interesting. So our opponent's building up for a real powerful turn, I think. I think I'm just gonna slam this one again, because I think there's like some chance that he like just Wizard Lightnings this and then has a really good attack. So he can't, if he's mana screwed, he can't get rid of both at the same time. He can only get rid of one. I don't really want to play this. I don't put any value into this Chandra at all. I'm literally just using it as a 4 mana removal spell. Yeah, I mean, they'll probably bring in their Braids and, like, just things that don't block aren't very good in this match. He may have to suicide attack or use a burn spell to kill the Chandra here. Like, I don't value it at all. I don't value our Chandra at all with our hand, but there's a very good chance he has to value it, which is kind of a cool concept. Because their deck can win out of nowhere. Like, say he just untaps and plays a land, and he has a Wizard Lightning for this, a Wizard Lightning for this. He's starting to attack us for 5 and 6 already. When it feels like we're in such a command of the game that we can just build up the board state that he can never really do that. Like, I don't want to trade this for his 1 mana and a free attack. So we were right. He does value our Chandra more than we value it. But I want to kill these specifically. So yeah, we take a point of damage here. But now his board is thinned enough that if we can play anything that can attack here, basically, we probably don't care to trade damage anymore. I'm literally just attacking with the Maul now because he goes down to 9. And between the Glorybringer and this, it's going to be hard for him with 1 mana to survive without at least crippling his board. Also, specifically, don't like Chandra in these matches because I don't like to make Chandra's Defeat a better Magic card. I want Chandra's Defeat to be the worst Magic card it can be at all times. I think we just win if we play this. Like, I think he'll scoop. I don't even think he'll try to make us attack. Even if they have a removal spell for this or a removal spell for this, they're losing a thing and taking at least 4. Yeah, Vizier's really good versus a green decks. So what do we want in for sure? We want in defeat for sure. We want in defeat for sure. We want in spray for sure. We want in spray for sure. We want into braid. We want into doomfalls, and we want into phoenixes. Huh. My moto just lagged up really weird again. So we definitely want these, and if we have enough bad cards, the rest aren't terrible. Cards that we know we want out. We know we want out Beaumont Couriers because we want out anything that dies to Chain Whirler. We know we want out these, and we know we want out these. So that's the simplest. Let's look at the curve after that. So we have to remove one more card. We can't take all scraps out. I don't think we have enough cards to bring in. I think the last card that we're taking out is between a scrap and an unlicensed, though. Unlicensed is just like a really bad 3-mana removal spell if we take out every artifact. We'll take out the Scrap Heap Scrounger, like JJ says. But I definitely don't think you want these. I don't think you want these. And I don't think... If we had more black sources, maybe I think I'd bring in addresses, but we don't. JJ keeps slamming Scrap Heap out. But what do you want us to bring in? Do you want me to bring in Duresses? Alright, we keep. We have a couple removal spells and we have a Hazoret. We need land, so we're going to bottom that. Doomfall is our only answer for a Hazoret. Like, we don't have another answer for a Hazoret in our deck. I think Champion of Wits is why you play that deck, so sideboarding them out seems weird, but I know Ginger used to sideboard them out pretty frequently. I'm going to cast this. It makes him spend his mana on a burn spell. And I don't hate him spending his mana on a burn spell. Alright. He can always just do that too. Because, like, we can never risk the block. Could have held Soulscar Mage for later in the game to try to cast a Soulscar Mage of our own and kill a Hazoret, but it's just not something that feels like it happens real often to me. Go ahead and cut out that dude while we can. Maybe whatever they play this next turn can be Whirlyboyed. It looks like it's a Whirlyboy of his own. Oh wow, it's that thing. It can be Whirlyboyed. How neat. Taste it, Squee. My hand's gas right now. We have a Hazoret. Of course, Squee's really good versus Hazoret. Squee does tie up tons of mana, though. Our Doomfalls are a lot less good if they have Squee. Hey, George. How goes it? I don't know, George. I really don't want to write out a deck list, and that website is not working for me. Phoenix did come in, yes. I guess they're using a removal spell on this then? My man Boot. Boot, Dong, George, JJ, Murph. Like, Everybody cool's here. And Murph. Can't be mean to Murph anymore. He loaned me a deck once. I do not have enough time to build a legacy deck. I don't have enough time to really build my standard deck. I feel like since they threw shock at our head that they're going to cast Hazoret this turn. Oh. Well. Those are some good cards. Those are definitely some good leftovers. Nice, Master. What'd you play? Can I win if I Chandra's defeat this? I probably just can't win if I Chandra's defeat that, can I? Blue-white control, no approach. Nice. Teferi's the best. Boot, I'm a pretty basic person. I just think it's like red-black. I think red-black aggro, and then like probably either fog or storm for the next two. That's a problem. This card right here is a big problem. Like we're only at 11 life. Like we could just die next turn. Like it's very reasonable to think that we're just dead next turn. Like any number of haste stuff kind of kills us, but if he just has burn stuff and removes our board, we're in pretty bad shape too. So I'm just going to attack and hope for the best. If they do have 3 burn spells, maybe they can't cast them all. Maybe one will be a Wizard's Lightning. We turn like every Lava Runner into 4 damage though, so like even a Lava Runner and 2 burn spells is good. Maybe I'm supposed to kick back to Kari Zev. They have to have 3 fairly specific cards, but like there's like 30 of them in their deck or something. Like mono red's a lot better versus blue white, but like I feel like you're a favorite with red black or mono red. I think the game's just very close if you're red black. All right, well that's bad news. That's a Hazoret 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 11. We are dead. We could have held something back, but you know that's the way the cookie crumbles. We gave them like a million outs and they had one. You should just play this deck, Murph. Maybe I'm supposed to play defensive and just rule out all their creatures and just not attack with Hazoret. Like maybe there's an argument that I'm supposed to just attack for 7. Just buy Phoenixes. Play this deck. Setting out fireworks. Poor dog. That's not cool. Probably punt it this game. The Doomfalls are the only way in our entire deck to kill a Hazoret. Like we literally have no way to kill Hazoret, and it's the most important card in these matches. Hazards have been legal for a year. Or sorry, Phoenixes have been legal for a year. Why don't you own them? So this hand's very good. Could have a lightning strike, but it's a lightning strike that's not hitting my face, so I'm down. The braid's fine too. Flame of Keld and Hazard are so strong, which is why I think the Wizard Red decks are actually favored versus the Red Black decks. Tweet, tweet. Spend 2 spells on me. Tweet, tweet. Oh wow, he doesn't want to spend 2 spells. Or maybe they have a 1 mana spell and are wanting to see if they draw a Chain Whirler. Well, it's in their hand that they've not played a 1-drop at this point in the game. Is their hand like all burn spells, a Hazoret, and a bunch of Flame of Kelds? Two strikes and a Chain Whirler would be nasty. They do have a Hazoret. Tweet, tweet. It really is going to be like multiple Flame of Kells and Hazarets. 2 Lightning Strikes and a Chain Whirler was probably one of the better hands he could have because he could have killed 2 Phoenixes for the price of 4 damage. Looks like they have at least one. Short. Wrong button. Still at 19, so just push them for 7. Have 3 damage in our graveyard, so if we draw a land, the Phoenix alone is lethal. We got value of the Crasher in this match. That's pretty rare. You don't often get value out of the Crasher in this match. Alright, so we win with a land. Potentially lose without one. GG's. Don't F6 our attack step. They'll probably go up a little bit before they crash. Oh wow, an instant match. And do we get the dash row? They're pretty cheap now though, and you should be getting the cool arts anyway. I don't think we can keep this hand. I think we're way too thin on land. Alright, we'll keep this hand's pretty solid. We'll keep a 3rd land. What do you know? The 3rd red deck in a row. Because these red decks are all they are in Moto competitive leagues. Our opponent's playing for the 5-0. Says we're 3-0, but we are 3-0. What the hell? Well, this is kind of unfortunate. We have a weakish hand and again, I don't think this match is particularly good. It's another one open that's on one land, though, because most of these guys are playing the 19 land build right now when they shouldn't. Do not play the 19 land build. I don't know that this opponent's playing the 19 land build. I'm just spitting out my rhymes and my reasons. Because I think the 19 land build is a solid mistake. This turn was a mistake. I should have attacked with the Beaumont Courier. I don't know why I didn't. Kind of forgot it was in my hand. Still not that bad, though, because we can abrade a blocker this way. Or like abrade an attacker if somehow they think they can race. Which I guess with the right hand they could race, if they have like a bunch of Wizard's Lightnings or something. They can no longer race, by the way. For anybody doing the math at the house, they are not able to race anymore. Guess this one attacks for more than that one, so hiya. We did it, fam. We might be denying someone a 5-0. We should feel so good about ourselves. They did not scoop. They reduked us. I think these cards are our super bad cards. Again, JJ really doesn't want me to play these Doomfalls. JJ's weird. What? JJ wants me to take out all of the shit. Sorry. JJ doesn't want me to play these Doomfalls or these, and he wants us to play these. Even if we do that, we have to bring one of these cards in. I still don't know if I want Duress. Like, Duress feels like you can do so bad in so many times of the game. So this is what JJ wants. Except he doesn't want the Doomfall. Just not sold on these Duresses. I'm pretty sold on Doomfall, though. I might could be talked into something like this. I will try to, but for the most part, I don't like them. And I really want the Doomfalls. I think this hand's a keep. We have enough removal spell to make our Doomfall very good, and we have a Hazoret. Go ahead and shoot this before he can play a burn spell. I think they probably board in every one of their braids versus us, I think. That may not be accurate, but I feel like they sideboard in every abrade they have. And most of them have the full 4-post board. But the big reason I don't like the abrade is I'm taking out half of my cards that can crew it. Like we took out 2 of the Scrap Heap Scroungers, so we only have 3 and 4 drops that can crew it, and that's just so much mana. I'll go ahead and shoot this. I don't want to take damage from it. Kind of an interesting turn, I think. We'll go ahead and Doomfall them. Oh wow, they have literal nothing. They do have enough mana to bring back this Kenra in their hand, though, so we're going to have to worry about that. Actual nothing there. They drew another land. That would be sweet for us. So we know they have a land. So next turn we'll be able to play 2 spells. Could just play this, I guess. Maybe we can blow them out. If they draw a Crasher or something, we've got a Chandra's Defeat now. They just played a big dog and hope that we can't block or whatever. They may just risk it because their hand seems really bad. I'm going to play this because I'd rather have Unlicensed Disintegration up to protect our life total than deal 2 damage to them. Well, that was a good draw. That's probably game. We probably denied a 5-0. Very likely just denied a 5-0. And put ourselves into position to play for ours. Oh no, they could have 2 spells. They do have 2 spells. Their own Hazard would be a pretty good draw because it can block so well. Argument that I could just hold the Hazard in case they have a way to kill my Hazard ever. Correct. Love it. I don't know what they could have now. Like maybe if they drew a Chandra's Defeat or something, and then like top deck Soskar Mage, they would just go down to 1 and they get to continue to play. Well, I guess one was enough. All right. Well, last round. Will we get our 5-0? It would feel good. I'll probably be back around midnight tonight for our MTG Arena stream of the week, since I have a paper PPTQ tomorrow. And we'll be playing our Wizard Red list as usual. We might put an insult. Nah, we won't. I was gonna say we might try an insult and injury in the main deck, but we're just not going to. We don't need that on there. No, people don't like MTG Arena, but don't really. If I want to get any sleep, I don't have much time tonight, and won't be home in time to do it. I have to get up real early. I still don't have a deck sleeved or anything. I don't even have the cards pulled out of the binders, and by binders I mean unsorted loan boxes, because I'm a damn fiend. I think we can beat Blue Fog with just the 12 burn spells, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Or are you talking about this league? I don't mind the fog match. Yeah, I think this deck will be a little weaker versus Stompy than my normal builds of blue black or red black. Let's see if we can get this trophy. We played versus 4 red decks so far. That's a pretty good hand. We have a removal spell. We have a 1-2-3 if we need it. To see what we're playing versus. 1-2-3 versus the island. It'll depend on whether they're like artifacts or whether there's something else. Yeah. This is a bad game one then, probably. Making assumptions here based on their lands. No Gifted Paradise, please. That card's too good in this match. Oh, well, that's good for us. It's kind of interesting that they'd even play it. I guess it prevents 3 damage because I have to kill it. It's not like I can ignore it. I don't have a choice. Like, I have to kill this. Drew another dead card, which kind of sucks. So it's like basically a fog. Oh, wow. Hmm. I almost just want to draw 3 cards, but our hand's so good. We'll get crap out of our hand, though, for our Hazoret whenever we get around to it. No Teferi, please. That's just Fumigate. That's better than Teferi. So there's just like bank control, maybe. Interesting. This is a Teferi that we won't win. Unless we draw exactly an untapped land, and we did not. Yeah, we will not win now. Oh, I definitely think it's just turbo fog. It's just like kind of a weirder build of turbo fog. It's like definitely more controlling. I'm definitely not scooping. Like, they know what's in my deck. I want to know what's in their deck. So every card they show me gives me relevant information. Where my deck's pretty cut and dry. I don't think they gain anything by not scooping except for like giving us time back. I'm not too worried about getting time back. Just settle. See, finding out that they have settle, for example, is like good information. That's okay, because we know we have a bad match in this pre-board. You gotta decide whether we're bringing or taking out the unlicensed disintegrations or not. That's the biggest thing to think about here. I want to know what their kill condition and stuff is. Like, maybe they don't have another kill condition other than this. Maybe they're playing Lyras. Maybe we're going to see like a Carnage Tyrant. Like, I think all that stuff is like relevant. I know we're going to bring in the 4 Duresses, the two Doomfalls, and the Insult, and we're going to take out the 2 cut ribbons of Braid and the Spray. Don't know what else we're going to take out. So it's looking like maybe they sideboarded it out, or maybe they took out the Supreme Wills that a lot of builds are running for the 2 disallows. But how did they find room for both the Fumigates and the Saddles? Did they trim on Fogs? We've not saw a Fog yet. Maybe they don't have Fogs? If they don't have Fogs, we don't need the Cut Ribbon. Or we don't need the Insult and Injury. I know all the removal spells come out. Maybe Unlicensed Disintegration doesn't because they could have Lyra, but you want me to take out creatures. And we don't have that much to bring in. And we know at least our 5 removal spells are just worse than creatures. We can't win this game yet. I still just want to see cards from him. I want to know whether there's Fogs in his deck. And he may have to discard some to fan size. We do not have a Banefire. I'm really just trying to figure out now whether they have fog or not, which is the only reason we're not scooping. Like I don't care about their time or anything. I literally just want to know if there's a fog in their deck, and they're going to be discarding stuff to hand size. So they have at least 3 glimmers. Oh, yeah, it's just 2. Sorry. Well, how the hell did 3 get over here? Didn't we X one of them off earlier? I think we X one of them off earlier, didn't we? So they have springs too. Okay, they do have 3 glimmers. I thought we saw a third one. I ain't crazy. I thought we saw a third one. Cleansing Nova's in the main deck. So at least one Fumigate, one Cleansing Nova, and one Settle. I think they cut a bunch of fogs. They look like they just cut a bunch of fogs. We can't mill them because they can just discard. Well, obviously they have Teferi Lock, but other than Teferi Lock, they could just discard their Nexus over and over. So they have a second Settle. So they at least have 5 rafts, or sorry, 4 rafts. So they have 3 Settles and 2 hard rafts. 3 Sillaways. So we can see a maximum of 5 more cards. The full 4 gifts, 2 Springing Mines. Two more cards and we can scoop. If they could just show me their deck, it would have saved time. We get to see one more card. Potentially. Let's see if they show us a card or where they discard a Nexus. Alright. I'll give them one more chance to see if they'll show us another card. No, I'm not worried about burning their clock. I don't ever want to win by clocks. I just wanted to see as much of their deck as I could. I was just looking for more information for our games 2 and 3. I was hoping he'd discard a fog, but now I just don't think he has fogs. Like, we can kind of take a guess at what's in the rest of his deck. We know 3 Teferis are in it, or we know 4 Nexuses. We know 3 Teferis. So that means there's a maximum of 4 non-Teferi cards in his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They're probably just 20, 21, 22, 23. Probably 3 of them are lands then. It's just Decus or Nissa. And the other one's probably a search. Yeah, I do not think they're running Fog, which was mainly what I wanted to see. Yeah, don't think they're running Fog. So if they're not running Fog, I'm not sure if I want this card or not. I know for a fact I don't want the Magma Sprays, I know for a fact I don't want the Abrades, and I know for a fact I don't want the Cuts. I think since they showed us so many double white cards, that means, hey, Weagle, Weagle. That means we probably do want the Last Disintegrations because they probably are on Lyra. So I think I'm going to leave both Unlastings in. I'm going to leave the Hearts in because of Silhouette. Don't think I want this. If they're not playing Fogs, we don't need this. What is the worst card in our deck? Just a note. Yes, it's a Drain Life, but like I have to have something to target. I like every card in our deck. I'm going to take a Soul Scar Mage out. Alright, so we got to win 2 in a row to get the 5-0. This is not a good hand. Double Heart, 1 land. Yeah, we can't win with this hand either. Alright, so we're probably just not winning. Oh well. Sometimes you're in your round 5 match, you get a bad match round 1. It's probably a pretty good match post board, but we just mulliganed to 5, so it's very unlikely now. I'd say we're lower than that. That card was useful at least. We're definitely going to take this one. We're going to slam this. Their hand's not very good either, so. Get rid of that. That was a great draw for them. And the Settled Wreckage finishes the game, right? I don't think we can beat either of those cards. Yep, that's a good one. They had a pretty good hand considering we mulliganed to 5, though. So we can't even be that upset. Nexus and a Glimmer. I guess we have to take the Nexus because we're so far behind. Because I wanted to play the Beaumont Courier that turn and have my mana for following turns. Alright, so we are pretty much dead now. Don't really have outs from this spot, I don't think. It's an interesting sideboard card. Think I'm fine to get rid of both of those. Because we get a damage in if we do. Well, that's definitely fine too, because we were sacking the Beaumont Courier either way this turn. Yeah, don't think we can win. Put one of the cards on top of their library that turn, so that's a bad sign. Hmm. Take care, JJ. Yeah, I think we can just scoop. I guess because we're streaming, we won't, but if I was playing on my own, I would have already scooped and moved on with my life. I have Lyra too. Actually, don't think Lyra's very good in these matches. Because most people leave during Last's Disintegrations in, and they have Doomfalls. It's like obviously not the worst card, but I don't love it. So they have enough to Nexus the Fate here, but we still have to go ahead and bring this back just in case they don't. They did. Which means like we're asking to get Wrath of Godded and stuff. Could be dead before getting to take another turn. It's actually kind of likely that we are. Oh god, we got to take another turn. Let's see if we can find a discard spell. Whatever. We know they have 3 Settled Wreckages in their deck, but we're not going to beat them if they have any of them anyway, so I'm just going to all-out attack on Teferi. If they settle, we'll scoop. Oh well. 4-1. We'll have to accept it. I'd like to play this match when I actually have 7 cards post-board, but that's okay. So, as usual, I think this is the best deck in the format by a pretty large margin. But I want to appreciate all you guys for coming out and taking a watch. Our opponent had a pretty interesting take on the Turbo Fog deck. I wouldn't mind to try it myself. I might try to build it myself. Looked pretty sweet. See if we can make the mana work and stuff for it consistently. Our opponent went 4-1 with it, so could be pretty reasonable. I'll be posting 2 videos where I get absolutely smashed and I play terribly on YouTube in a little bit. So everybody can look forward to that. And we just don't have anybody watching. I guess I'm going to host my friend Lambo. He's playing League of Legends. Or not Lambo, Albert. I'm going to go make fun of him. Yeah, this guy had one Nova main too. Take care, everybody, and have fun. I'll probably be back in like 45 minutes to do an arena stream or something. See ya.